Welcome back. This is part two of our AFC predictions. I'm that unbiased Jets fan, Bunyasi, and this is my co-host,
Mr. Keep Watching Rich. All right, unapologetic, biased Bengal fan, Joe Burrow Nation, Joe Mixon, Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Evan McPherson, the Bengal defense, Jesse Bates, Von Bell, Daxton Hill, bro. I throw the whole team out there. Trey Henderson, Sam Hubbard, Logan Wilson, bro, Cheeto. Bro, stop playing with me. I even throw Eli Apple name out there. Baby. But listen, we back, man. Listen, let me stop talking about Bengal stuff. We back in here today. Welcome. If you guys tuned into the last episode, we went through the AFC North and the AFC East. This time we're going to go through the AFC West and the AFC South. But we're going to start with the South because, we want to get them out the way because the real bad boys of this joint going to be the AFC West. You feel me, dog?
Let's go.
But look, I'm going to start out with the AFC South today. You get me? I'm going to start out from bottom up. And then when I do my AFC West prediction, I'm going to go from the top bottom. That's going to take some time. But all right, really going through each team's schedule and just trying to find wins and losses. I got the Jags. I'm gonna start with the Jags. Now I think the Jags are really going to improve, but I got the Jags coming in at 4-13. I think the Jags really going to score with a lot of people, but it's something about just them being the Jags. Trevor Lawrence is going to have a better year, but still, it's just the Jags. I don't really expect much from them. I look at their schedule and I can't really find the wins, but I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. They're going to scare a lot of people, but they're still going to have their losses. So I got them coming in at 4-13. Next, I have coming in at 6-11. I have the Texans. Texans are in the same class as the Jags, but I have them getting 2 more wins because I kind of believe in David Mills for some reason. I think he's a decent quarterback. And the Texans, they're one of them teams that surprisingly will catch you slipping. You get me? And especially with this division, I see a lot of trading wins back and forth in this division. So that's where most of these teams' wins will come from. All right, we ain't got really much to talk about more with the Texans. But next, we're going to go into the Titans. And wow, I ain't going to hold you. I got the Titans at 5-12.
Wow.
Right. Titans at 5-12.
Damn.
Listen, I kind of see a major fall off. King Henry is their whole offense right now. He's gonna get their yards, but I don't see King Henry doing the same type of damage to the league as he's been doing. He's still gonna get his numbers, but man, that's a lot of load on a running back, man. It's been about 5 years now that Henry has been at the top. Running back lifespans don't last that long. They really don't. And outside of that, Ryan Tannehill has been a decent quarterback, but it kind of got exposed. You know what I mean? And being the number 1 seed, you let A.J. Brown go. That A.J. Brown was big. Titans, I just see them taking a step back. And then I got the Colts coming in at 10-7. 10-7 will be a lot better. They're going to win the division. Defense is exceptional. Matt Ryan's going to be a real good, serviceable quarterback for them. They got the running game. They got that nice line. 10-7 is kind of reasonable for me. Maybe they can go 11-6, but I got 10-7. All right, so that's my AFC South. Nothing real special there. Titans going down.
Listen, AFC South, like my co-host said, it's a lot of teams that is not much to be desired. I mean, like, you know how I do, start from the bottom to the top. The Texans, I'm not so high on David Mills as my co-host, and the Texans, that's just, I know they finally got rid of Deshaun Watson, so now that whole culture change of no more DeAndre Hopkins, no more Deshaun Watson, no more J.J. Watt. So this year is going to be a year for rebuilding. I got the Texans at 3 wins. Coming in second to last, the Jaguars. Now, I like Trevor Lawrence better than I like David Mills, but I'm not that much of a Trevor Lawrence fan outside of that. And the Jags are another one of those teams that they just got to figure it out. I know they got Doug Peterson. I know they got rid of that whole Urban Meyer regime. Coming in high. I think he's a college coach, can, make magic happen. But yeah, I know Doug Peterson. Listen, if he can able to do magic with Carson Wentz before it went off the rails, he could probably do some magic with Trevor Lawrence. But I still think they're going to have a lot of growing out the kinks. So I just like them a step above the Texans at 4 wins. Now, the Titans. Listen, man, like I said, talent is where it's at in the NFL. And right now, a lot of these good teams are going to be top heavy. And yes, they still have King Henry, who I believe is the best running back in the game. But listen, that injury that derailed him last year, I know he came back in the playoffs, but that was a severe injury. And running backs, it's like it's not like other positions where they're able to, age gratefully. There's a lot of treadmills on their tires. Like, this is a guy that has 2K seasons or close to 2K seasons. And yeah, and with the loss of AJ Brown, I'm curious to see like what they do with the Ryan Tannehill and how he's able to, establish some new chemistry with the new receivers that he has. But I got them at 8 wins at best. But the cream of the crop of this division, the class of this division, the Colts. Listen, man, I thought the Matt Ryan pickup was a good pickup. Obviously, their defense is solid. Obviously, they got one of the best running backs in the game. I think they're gonna. I feel like they're like going to be a safe pick for a lot of teams. Even who knows, even a potential like watch out in the postseason kind of team. And I just think that Matt Ryan's a good fit. I thought Carson Wentz started out great for them last year, but overall, just the train ran over the tracks. But I think Matt Ryan is the kind of quarterback. And obviously, he's been in a situation where he understands how close it is to come to winning. And having lost the way he did, 24-3 to Tom Brady, I just feel like Matt Ryan is the perfect quarterback to go into the Colts and lead them to a good season. So I got the Colts at 11 wins. I got the Titans at 8 wins. I got the Jags at 4. And I got the Texans at 3. Now, AFC West. Listen, man, I think this is the best division in football. And we're going to get into it for our bold predictions, but I'm predicting that this entire division will make the postseason. Now, like we talked about, quarterback play is very vital and it's very important. And all 4 of these teams have quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, David Carr, Justin Herbert, and Russell Wilson. So I'm going to start from the bottom top. I like the Broncos coming in at 10 wins. Their defense is solid, but I'm not really sold on like their run game. And I know Jared Judy, he's okay. I mean, we still get to see the only thing. And I'll say this: Russell Wilson, he is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. But this is going to be a proven year for Russell in the stance of this. In previous years, Seattle, he had Legion of Boom, he had Marshawn Lynch, or he had a guy like a Tyler Lockett, a Doug Baldwin, a Percy Harvin, or even recently a DK Metcalf. So he's had all this talk about let Russ cook. Russ has had weapons and had options. Don't let the media try to confuse you. But for some reason, it's not always clicked. So this is a situation I think that he's going to be able to excel in. But I'm just curious to see. 10 wins. I feel like it's a good solid for the Broncos. Now, next team in this division, the Chargers. The Chargers, I got the Chargers at 11 wins. I mean, Justin Herbert, one of the best quarterbacks we have in football. I like Austin Eckler. Shout out to Austin Eckler, helped me win my fantasy league last year. I like Mike Williams. I like the second receiver escapes me, but I forget his name. But
second receiver, that's the number 1 receiver, Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen, dang. But second receiver.
Keenan Allen's so underrated, bro. Listen, Keenan, you are so underrated, bro.
Keenan Allen, that's his name.
He's definitely top 7, top 5.
Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler. Like that team is really solid. And I just think that they should have made the playoffs last year. Just poor coaching, poor decision making caused them to miss the playoffs. But yeah, I don't really see that happen to them this year. And I see them, like I said, every team in the division making the playoffs. So I see them at 11 wins. Now, here's where it gets a bit interesting for me. Coming in at number 2 of the division, and this is going to be a first for them, Kansas City Chiefs. Listen, man, Tyreek Hill to me is one of the most dynamic players in all of football. I mean, you give him the ball, you give him an open space, he was able to make a lot of things happen. In that scheme with Patrick Mahomes and that scheme with Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy, they were able to do damage. And yeah, I just think that that loss of Tyreek is gonna like hurt a bit. I know they still got McCole Hardman. I know they're bringing on Juju Smith-Schuster. I know they got some guys that they're working on. I know that Carl Edwards-Helaire. But, and you know, their defense, listen, their defense leaves a lot of meat on the bone. The defense makes their offense bail them out a lot of times. But, you know, they still got, like I said, they still got that triple-headed monster in Patrick Mahomes, and they still got Travis Kelce, and still got Andy Reid. So I expect them, based off their talent and based off the skill of Patrick Mahomes, who I still believe is the best quarterback in the game, I expect them to be a 12-win team. But the team that I have just inching them out, winning the division and owning the tiebreaker, I got the Raiders at 12 wins as well. Listen, man. Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs. This team is stacked, man. I think it's shot. I think this team is gonna put a lot of points on the board. I've been flip flopping back and forth. Do I like whatchamacallit? Do I like Carr for MVP or do I like this or MVP? Like he got weapons. So this is gonna be a year where he better show up and show out. I know that stadium around Vegas is jumping, but yeah, I got them beating Kansas City in the late this season for the tiebreaker. So I got Kansas City at 12. I'm sorry, I got the Raiders at 12 wins. Raiders and Kansas City both at 12 wins, but the Raiders owning the tiebreaker. I got the Chargers at 11 wins, and I got the Broncos at 10 wins. Toss it to you, my guy.
Okay, so cool. AFC West is really stacked. I don't see every team making the playoffs. Just how I panned out my predictions. One is going to fall just short, but still every team is going to be a winning team. Coming in fourth place, I will have the Denver Broncos at 10-7. Denver Broncos, they're going to be a great team. Definitely a hard out. I see them winning all their games at home, maybe losing one because it's just too hard to go to Denver Mile High Stadium and get a win. Put that with Russ and that great defense and that running game. That boy Javonte Williams is going to be a monster this year. Look out for him in fantasy. But, you know, I think most of Denver losses is going to come on the road. See, the thing about this division, I think everybody's going to beat up on each other. I think everybody's going to split wins. I think literally everybody's going to split wins, 1 or 2 wins. Like, everybody's going to have one. So next, I have the Kansas City Chiefs coming in third. Now, it's a tiebreaker between second and third, where both teams are going to be at 11-6. The Chiefs is still going to be the Chiefs. But I do think people really underestimate the loss of Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is more than just a speedster. Like, he's really a weapon. He's a good receiver. And I think a lot of people undermine that because he played with Patrick Mahomes. But I've watched him develop over the years into a good receiver. He's different. McCall Hardman is not going to duplicate what Tyreek Hill did. He might be as fast, but there's something about Tyreek has twitch ability. I think other receivers that are just fast. I had John Ross on my team. John Ross had the twitch ability, but he didn't have the Tyreek Hill twitch ability, which is why Tua is going to benefit from having a player like Tyreek. Kansas City is going to probably still be good. The defense is going to sneakily be much improved. Maybe the secondary is still a little choppy, but I know the front seven is going to be good. Pat Mahomes is going to have maybe a struggle, but they're still going to get 11 wins. They're still Kansas City. I still have to give them that right. I think they're still going to be a playoff team and a 7th seed, and it's a scary 7th seed. Might be the scariest 7th seed ever. So, but next, I got the Raiders. I do believe in the Raiders too. I think Derek Carr is going to show out this season. They got so much weapons. I think they're just going to be at an all-time high, splitting wins with the other teams in this division. But outside that division, I think they're going to steamroll through the league. But I still got them at 11-6, and then finishing off, you know, I really flip-flop a lot in this division. Well, I got the Chargers coming in at 12-5. I think Justin Herbert is going to ascend this year too. him and Carr, they're going to be neck and neck. All four of them. But Herbert, with that defense, if that defense plays the way they're supposed to, those two edge rushers, you got Derwin there, the corners, and the offense, if they just play within themselves and not try to make the splashy plays or go for it on fourth down in stupid situations, the Chargers is going to be a lot better. So I got the Chargers, the Raiders, the Chiefs, and then the Broncos. That's going to round out the AFC West to me. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in for our predictions on the AFC. All right. Next episode, we're going to give you our bold predictions plus our winners from the division. Okay. So thank you guys for sticking tuned with us. Like, share, or comment this video. All right. Like, share, or subscribe to the page. Share it. All right. A sports podcast, a Bengal and A Jet. You heard it here first.
Heard it here first.
Bang, bang. We out.